Hello and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be deciding which seeds I'm growing in 2019, and we'll talk about how I make my decisions. So I choose my seeds based on a few different criteria. There's always the staples, so things like the peri peri. I grow that every year because my family love it and I love it, and we have it in chicken, we have it in sauces. The jalapeno, of course, because everybody loves a jalapeno. And then this year I've added on the cayenne because the pepper sauce that I made, the buffalo style pepper sauce, that was just amazing. I definitely want to make it again this year. I'm not going to grow the ring of fire because I have a different idea of how I'm going to do that. So it's just going to be the cayenne. And yeah, that pretty much covers the staples. Then I have some other categories. The first one being super hots. So of course those are things like the 7-pot Primo, the Reaper, that sort of thing. So I've got a lot of seeds I need to go through over here to figure out which ones I'm going to add into the super hots category. Then we move down to the other types. So there's the rarities. I try and have a few of the rarities, especially this year when I got given some really rare seeds by Yucca Fatali. So I'm really keen to try that out. I haven't done that in the past, but it's a good category to have. Sweet peppers, definitely need to have a few sweet peppers. Those are great to snack on. And then your traditional hot, just your typical hot peppers like the habanero or the Scotch bonnet. So that'll be going in there. I actually have a few Scotch bonnets from a friend of mine that I'm quite keen to try out. I've never really grown Scotch bonnets. I'm not a big fan of the flavor of them. So that's the hots. Then we have the ones we do for looks, the ones that look impressive. So we have a few of those that I want to grow. So the colorful ones, the big plants, things like the big Jim that I grew last year. So that's kind of for the looks department. This year I'm probably going to be doing quite a few super hots because you guys like to see me in pain for some reason. So we'll definitely be growing a few of those. So that's pretty much the categories that we have here, with 100 plants in total that we can grow. The peri peri are going to take up 6 plants because I need quite a few of those. And again, the jalapeno 6, and also the cayenne. We're going to do 6 plants of those. So that gives us 18 already, which leaves us with 82 plants that we can grow extra. Now, I'm not going to be writing them down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make note of them on a spreadsheet so that it's just something I can keep in a nice digital format. So first one on the list is the peri peri. Every year, that's always going to be my go-to. So it's a staple. And the heat on that is about, I'd say a 2 out of 5. And then we have the jalapeno, which is a 1, I would say, out of 5 heat, and that's also a staple. And then the cayenne, staple, and probably around the 2 mark. Okay, so those are the staples. Let's get those in here. We have our peri peri. These are from 2018. So these are from last year that I've isolated. We have some jalapeno. These are from a friend of mine. He grew a really massive jalapeno bush last year and sent me some seeds from it. And then cayenne. These are some leftover from ones that I used last year. So that's the staples sorted out. Next up is the super hots. So here we have there's an envelope I made with a bunch of seeds that I definitely want to grow from Fatali. So from the seeds that I got from Fatali. And let's just have a look in here. I know there are some really, really hot ones in here. As far as the hottest pepper I grow this year, I reckon it'll be this one here, the Fatali Gourmet Jigsaw. So that's going to go into the super hots. The other jigsaw we have here is the Jigsaw Chocolate. Again, another ridiculously hot one. So I'm just going to make notes of this. that's definitely a 5 on the heat. I reckon I might do 2 plants of the Vitali Gourmet Jigsaw and the Jigsaw Chocolate. We can work this through because I need to figure out how many plants I'm going to be growing of each of these so I can make up 100 plants. So if we just say 1 of the Jigsaw Chocolate, and again that's 5 out of 5 in terms of heat. It gives us now 21 plants, and let's carry on. Naga Morik, we've got the Naga Morik, Nagla Beast, Naga Brain Chocolate, and a Moruga Scorpion, and also a Marugla. Here's a Moruga Chocolate. These are just some super hots that I want to grow, and I'll grow 1 of each of these. These ones here are not as hot. So, okay, so Moruga Chocolate. It's a super hot, again a 5. Should probably be doing these out of 10 because saying that the Vitali Gourmet Jigsaw is going to be the same as the Moruga Chocolate I don't think is very fair. So we'll change the heat scale from 0 to 10. And let's just modify a few of these numbers. I'll share this list once I've released this video. You guys can see sort of decisions I've made here. Okay, and probably a 3. 8. Do 1 of the Moruga Chocolate. The Naga Morik. This is a massive pepper, and I'm quite keen on seeing how big I can get them. Hopefully they'll get quite large in the polytunnel. So we'll do 1 of those. Marugla. Again, we'll do 1 of these, and that's probably that sort of heat. Nagla Beast. Again, 1 of those. We're up to 25 peppers now. Moruga Scorpion. Again, that sort of heat, and we'll do 1 of those. Naga Brain Chocolate. We'll do 1 of those. So we're up to 27 plants now. That's it for the super hots for now. I know I've probably got a few more that I need to add in, but for now, let's just do that. Okay, let's move on to some rarities. Let's do the rarities. This is always tough to try and choose the seeds you want to grow. I mean, honestly, look at all the seeds I have. I want to grow all of them. I don't want to have to choose, but I know we have to choose. Okay. Where's my pen? The other way you could categorize these peppers, I suppose, is by family. So the capsicum chenennes or the capsicum baccatum. No, there's quite a few different ones out there. You could do it like that if you want. Because of the way I use my peppers at the end of the season, it makes more sense to do it by heat pretty much. I'm very keen to try the baccatum, things like the lemon drop. That's a very tasty one. That's probably another category we should have here is purely on flavor. So the most flavorful ones, and lemon drop definitely is one that fits into that category. But these ones here, these are the rarities. So the first one we're going to do here is the, well, it's just, I wish I could pronounce this properly, the capsicum Galapagos. Yeah, so this is from the Galapagos Islands. They're a very small pepper. You can see them over here. And quite a rare one, actually. It's extremely rare, apparently. And we're going to put that into the rarities. So let me try and spell that out. So if I say it slowly, Galapagos, I think that's how it's spelled. So that's a rarity. Heat, it looks like it's quite a spicy one, but we'll put that at about a 5, I'd say. And I think, yeah, we'll do one plant of those. We're going to plant a couple of these seeds because they might be quite difficult to germinate. But we're just going to plant one of those eventually out in the greenhouse. So there were a few others here that were quite rare. Here, this one, for example, the capsicum tovari. This one here is something I'm really excited about growing. Haven't opened this up yet, but this one here is meant to be very, very rare. It's a wild pepper, very small, challenging to germinate. So we'll see if we can get that to germinate. So that one there is a capsicum tovari. That's a rarity. I have no idea the spice here. I'm just going to go with a 4 for now because it doesn't actually say on here. It might say inside this, but let's leave it like that. So we'll give that one plant of that. So that brings us up to 29 plants. I know I have some other rarities in here. Let's have a look. I think the Hippie Seed Company sent me a rare pepper. Which one was it? Oh, that reminds me, actually, I just opened up the Hippie Seed Company one. They have the THSC Chocolate Scorpion. This is apparently a real spicy one. So we're going to add that to the Super Hots. So what is that called? THSC Chocolate Scorpion. And that is a super hot. Yeah, that's going to be a real spicy one. We'll give that a 9, I say, and we'll do one of those. So some others here, I'm not sure how rare these are, but the ají piña, let me look it up. Okay, the ají piña is not a very rare pepper, but a very pretty one, so that'll go into my looks category. Bert the chili, that's quite an interesting one as well. I don't want to grow that one. It's an Australian chili, again, a capsicum baccatum. I've got quite a few baccatums this year. Seems to be the fashion at the moment. A lot of people are growing out baccatums. So actually, this is the rare one. So the Bert the chili, we're going to put that into the rarities. Apparently that is fairly rare, and it's actually quite a pretty looking plant as well. Like I said, there's certain categories that these could fit into both, so in terms of looks or rarities, but we'll put them inside the rarities for now. So that's Bert the chili. In terms of heat, according to the website, is a mid-heat, so we'll give that a 4, I say. And we're going to grow one of those plants. Okay, so for the rarities, I'm just going to put that aside for now. You're going to get the idea of what I'm doing here. Bangalore Whippet's Tail. So I think that'll be the first one we go into the looks box. So let's make another label here. So looks. First one in, Bangalore Whippet's Tail. These things look pretty cool. I've seen a few pictures of them now. I'm quite keen on that. So Bangalore Whippet's Tail. Looks. In terms of heat, I'm not actually too sure. Again, let me just have a look. It's nice when you label the seeds themselves with the heat levels. I like that. That's what Fatali does, and a lot of other seed companies. I guess it's easy enough to go on the Hippie Seed Company's website and check. So Bangalore Whippet's Tail. It's a capsicum frutescens crossed with the capsicum annuum, and get 30 centimeters high. Medium heat, so we'll give that a 4 as well. And we're going to do one of those plants. The ají piña, again, I think this one's probably... This one I think we're probably going to go with taste. So that's the other category we're going to create here. We'll just call that taste. need to make some progress here because we're only at 32 plants. We need to get another 68. So the Aipina, that's going to go in for the taste. I think most of the Bacotums are really good tasting peppers. So Aipina, taste, and again the heat. I think it was a mid-heat. Let me just check. A mild pepper, so we'll put that down pretty much with the cayenne sort of heat, which we said was a 3. So let's do that, and we're going to do one of those plants. So that's on taste, that's on looks. The Ahi Fantasy Sparkly White, the Cream Fantasy, and the Peach Fantasy, the Fantastic Four. This is from Fatali Seeds. I think those will go into the taste, and that's 4 plants. We'll do 1 each of those. So let me quickly type that up. So with these 4 peppers, it's quite an interesting backstory. These were specially developed for the taste. They're very popular in the Nordics, and yeah, I'm really keen to try them out. Apparently they are really good tasting. They're fairly mild, so if we give it, we'll say a 2 out of 10. We're going to grow 1 plant of each of these. So that's the Ahi Fantasy, the Ahi Fantasy Sparkly White, Cream Fantasy, and we're going to give them all the same heat and number of plants. So the Peach Fantasy as well. These are all taste. And we give them a 2 out of 10 for heat, and we're going to give them 1 plant each. So we're up to 37 plants now. Okay, we need a few more for the looks. One that's definitely going in for the taste is the Lemon Drop. So that's going in. And that seems like it's quite a spicy one. We'll give that a 5. And I think we might do 2 of the Lemon Drop. So we'll do 2 of those. Everyone raves on about them. So there's a few others here. We need to do 1 more category, I think, here. 2 maybe. We do 1 more category, which will be the sweet peppers. So every year I like to do some sweet peppers, ones that have no heat. And that's just because I love snacking on peppers. It's really great. There's not too much sugar in them, so they're quite healthy for you. And yeah, they just taste really good. So the first one in is the Chocolate Bell. Because chocolate bell pepper, I mean, I haven't seen a chocolate colored bell pepper, so that'll be interesting. Choc Bell, and that's going to be sweet. 0 on the heat scale, and we may do 2. Do we do 2 of them? Oh, yeah, let's do 2. So that's that. Let's have a look here. So on looks, I think the Pink Tiger, that's definitely one for the looks. That's a pretty pepper. So Pink Tiger. And that's a fairly hot one, so we'll make that a 6. And we'll do 1 of those plants. So we're up to 42 plants. Habanero Snow White, I think we need to do that. I'm running out of boxes. I need to get a couple more. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so let's just do some hot peppers now as well, because we have quite a few here we need to start going through. So hot peppers, these are just the ones like the Scotch bonnet and the habanero. They're hot. For the average person, they're ridiculously hot. But obviously when you're used to these super hot peppers, hot is a sort of a relative term. So these are the hot peppers. The first one we want to put in there is some of these Scotch bonnets. So I have a few here. I have an MOA yellow and a Saffy red Scotch bonnet. So those are going to go in there. I need to just write those up. And I think, yeah, I had a Big Sun habanero. So we got those 3 there. Let's write those up. So the MOA yellow, hot, I'm going to give these all around about a 6. Thankfully, a friend of mine managed to spare a few of his seeds. That's where I got these from. So thank you, John. Very kind of you. There's a Big Sun habanero. This is a hot, and also give that a 6. And we do one of those. We've got the Safi red Scotch bonnet. One of the reasons I wanted to grow the Scotch bonnet is there's a lot of interesting Caribbean style sauces and also jerk style seasoning that I really want to make. So I actually enjoy the jerk style seasoning as much as I don't really like the Scotch bonnet flavor too much. The jerk seasoning is amazing. I love that stuff. So we're going to do one of those. Okay, so these are the hots. So habanero Snow White, that's going to go into the hots. We'll give that a 6 as well, and we're going to do one of those plants. So we're up to 46 plants. Okay, so there's a couple others here. I'm in two minds here. So the Carolina Reaper, I've managed to also get some seeds from my friend John. I'm not the biggest fan of the Reaper. I know it's meant to be the hottest pepper in the world. Well, if you don't count the Pepper X. But I don't know. I think I prefer the 7-pot Primo. I'm just not sure if I have any 7-pot Primo seeds left. But I have to grow them. They're a legend in their own right. So I guess they're going into the Super Hots. We'll give that a high rating as well. We'll give that a 10 as well. Let's be fair. And we do one of those plants. I only have a couple seeds in there actually, so I can only do one plant anyway. 7-pot Douglas Yellow. I do want to grow that because the Douglas I grew them this year. They were really good, and I made a really good sauce out of them. So these are yellow ones, and again, I think these were from John. So thank you again. Those are going to go in the Super Hots. So that's 7-pot. Oh man, I have so many Super Hots. 7-pot Douglas Yellow. We'll give that a 8, I think, and I'm going to grow one of those. So we're up to 48 plants now. Let's see, we're making progress. There are some seeds here from Fatali that are tomato seeds. I'm not a fan of growing tomatoes, especially growing them anywhere near my peppers because they attract a lot of bugs and I don't like that very much. But I may still grow tomatoes, maybe outside, not in the greenhouse. We will see. This one. I think this one definitely. The peach Butcholokia. So Butcholokia is the ghost pepper, another name for the ghost pepper. And that to me is a real tasty pepper. So we're going to grow one of those. I think we'll definitely put those in the Super Hots. Wow, that Super Hot bin is getting big. So that is the peach Butcholokia. So these are some more seeds from another friend of mine, Richard. Thank you very much, Richard. They are the Anaheim and the New Mex Joe E. Parker. So I'm going to grow these. These are fairly mild, probably around the heat of a jalapeno, maybe even less heat than a jalapeno. But they are going to be my sort of filler peppers. I can't always make stupidly hot pepper sauce because, you know, I've got to make some sauces that I want to use on an everyday basis, you know, like almost like a ketchup, but using it as a hot sauce. And peppers like these are great for creating filler to just bulk out the sauces and also reduce the heat a little bit. So these will be going in, and we'll call those fillers. So again, I'm creating new categories here all the time. I've never been so organized. Yeah, in the past, I haven't been as organized. I have to be when I have so many peppers as I do, you know, this season. But even last season, when I had 50 peppers, it wasn't 50 peppers, or 50 plants. Even then, it would have been good to be able to categorize them, put them into the various sections, so that it made sure that I knew what was what and what was where. So these here, it's Anaheim, and very low heat. and we're going to be growing one of those, and we're going to be growing the Joe, it's the Numex Joe E Parker. Again, it's a filler and low heat. I'll grow one of those. So that's there. There are going to be a few more fillers that are going to go in there, so let me just keep going through these. What would probably be best is if when I discount a seed, that I put them back into this box over here. Oh, I just want to grow them all. Okay, so this is another filler, the tapas. It's a capsicum annuum, and it's a nice looking pepper and very mild it looks like as well. So that is the tapas. We're up to 52 plants now. These are tomatoes. I'm going to put the tomatoes aside because I don't want them confusing the situation here. This looks really cool. I think this will go into the looks tub. So that's that one over there. There's a starfish orange. It's capsicum baccatum, and that is fairly mild heat. So give it a 3. I'm going to grow one of those. Sugar Rush peach. So I grew Sugar Rush peach last year, I think it was. This is called a Sugar Rush long peach. It was a good pepper. I made some nice sauces from it, but I think we've got some other really tasty peppers here. I think even that starfish orange, as much as it's pretty looking pepper, I think it'll be good tasting as well. We've got quite a few of these bacatums, so I think I might give that a miss this year. These will last to next year anyway, so if I do want to grow them out next year, I can do that. Baby red. So this here again, very, very low heat level. It's capsicum annuum, and I think it will go into the fillers quite nicely. Let me put that in there for the moment. So this is a Brazilian pumpkin. It looks similar to the starfish orange, just obviously red. I think I will grow that as well. So Brazilian pumpkin, it looks very cool. It's quite a spicy one, so I'll give it a 4. And we'll grow one of those. What else are we looking at here? That's tomato. Cap 270. What is that? So the Cap 270, we're going to throw those in there as well. It's a fairly spicy pepper. It's a capsicum baccatum. I don't think we'll go into looks. I think this one will go into taste. Apparently it's a really good tasting pepper. It is a lemony type flavor. So Cap 270. And it's pretty spicy, so we'll give that a 5, I think, and we're going to grow one of those. I'm not a big fan of the smaller peppers, even though I'm growing a few of those rarities that are quite small, and that's purely because I'm lazy and I don't like picking these tiny peppers. So I might give this one a mix, the Kabai Barung Ungu. Might give that one a miss as well. I've got to start being quite selective here. Okay, this is one I think I need to grow because I've never heard of this family. Capsicum praetermissum. I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce that. I'm sure I've got it wrong, but yeah, capsicum praetermissum. Heat level of 8. And look quite interesting. The Kamari elongado. So let me, Kamari elongado. What do we do this one? I think we need to put this under rarities actually. So rarities. Just because I've never heard of it. What's the spice? It's fairly spicy, so we'll give it a 5. And we're going to do one of those. We need some more sweet peppers. So I know I have some from last year. So another sweet pepper here I enjoyed this year was the sweet banana. So we have quite a few seeds there. That will go in, sweet banana. 0 heat, and we're going to be doing, I think we'll do 2 of those. I think I'm going to try these ones, the Aji Ayuyo. I'm really choosing peppers with strange names, but the Argyrouyo, it's a capsicum bactum, and it looks quite pretty, the pods. So they go from like a white, purple to yellow, orange, red, then a dark red. So we'll give that one a try, the Argyrouyo, and I think we put that into the taste bucket. And I choose taste because it's a capsicum bactum, and they generally are meant to be quite a tasty family. Heat level 7 according to that, so I'm going to give that about a 5, I reckon. I'm going to grow one of those. So we're up to 60 plants, 40 to go. I'm just going through these as quickly as I can to get the ones I want. I don't want to spend all day doing this. This one looks quite interesting, Explosive Ember. Let me look it up quickly and just see what sort of taste profile it has. Apparently the flavor isn't too great, and I do try and go for peppers that have the flavor. Yeah, I know I've got ones that I'm doing just for looks, but you know, my primary goal here, I'm growing peppers to eat them, so they've got to taste decent. Let's see, where else are we? Tomato. This looks quite interesting. The Antep Aki Dolma, or Antep Asi Dolma. Let me see what the internet says about that. So it's from Turkey, and they look massive. I'm looking, the little picture I have here, there's the pepper takes up the whole hand, so it is a big pepper, which I like. Let's see what the flavor's like. It looks like a sweet pepper, but it has some heat. Okay, so according to this website, it's hands down the best large capsicum anuma variety that this person's ever tasted. So I guess we got to do that one. And that, I guess, is in the taste bucket. Okay, we're down to 65 plants. I've spread out a few here that I'm going to make some final decisions on, and we're going to make our final choices. So first ones first, I remembered I had some Tabasco still from last year. These were packaged in 2017, I believe. And I want to grow these. I did grow Tabasco this year again. I didn't get a prolific yield enough to make a sauce or anything, but I think I do want to grow them this year, and we'll see if we can try and make a replica Tabasco sauce. That would be really nice. So this is going to go into the taste. That's a Tabasco. And they really are a tasty pepper. We're going to give that I'd say a 4. I'm going to grow the jalapeno Goliath again. I think that this year the jalapeno Goliath were pretty good. They're very meaty jalapeno, and I really like them, so I'm going to grow them again. We're going to stick that into the flavor, the taste container, and that's the jalapeno Goliath, and I got that from the Hippie Seed Company actually last year. Taste, it's not spicy. It was about as spicy as a normal jalapeno, but definitely a lot bigger, about 2 or 3 times as big. So we'll give that a 2, I'd say. So 67 plants. We've still got some more here to do. I've got quite a few Baccatum. This one here looks quite good. These here are an F5 plant. Why not? Let's give it a go. It's a Teppan crossed with a lemon drop. And obviously lemon drop, everybody is raving about how great those taste. So we'll give this one a try. And I think that'll also go into the flavors section, the taste section. So that's Teppan cross with a lemon drop. About a 4 on the heat level. I think this one for the looks and also probably the heat, but definitely for looks, the purple cream. It's a purple mixed with white sort of fruit. We'll see what that turns out to be. But the purple cream, that'll go into looks. It's quite a spicy one according to that label. What else? We're getting down to the end here. So what we're going to do is we'll go through these, see which ones we want. And then what we'll do is we'll go back through the list of peppers that I already have chosen and maybe do a few more plants of some of them. None of these are really jumping out at me. I think I'm going to be doing the 7-pot habanero again. I really did like them this year. Nice bright coloured pods, and they were quite prolific. So 7-pot habanero, that'll go into the super hots. I think I'm close to being done. There's a couple here that are interesting me. This Clavo Red, I haven't heard of that one before. This one here as well, just because the pods look quite interesting. Nice and long and thin. The Kabai Carrington. So maybe those. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else here that's really catching my eye too much. The ahi mango, I know that's a nice flavored. Do I get it? Okay, yeah, let's do the ahi mango as well. So, okay, I think these are going back in the box. And I need to look up this one. I like the size of the pod, nice and big, juicy pod. The Hainan Yellow Lantern. So let's look that one up and see what the internet says about it. It's quite a big pepper, actually. Also known as the Yellow Emperor pepper. It's grown in the southwest and southeast of Hainan Island off the coast of southern China. Okay. Well, this looks interesting. I think we'll add that one in as well. So those are our last 4. Clavo Red. Let me look that one up as well. Don't know about that. I don't think I'll be growing the Clavo Red. It doesn't really appeal to me with what I'm reading. This Kabai Carrington. Let's see what that's about. It's a very prolific growing. It's a capsicum annuum, medium heat. Great for oriental cooking. Yeah, that looks quite good. I think we'll go for that one. I think that is probably going to go under looks. It might be a good tasting one as well, but I think definitely on the looks side of it, I really like what they look like. So the Kabai Carrington. And looks, and that is heat level. Let's give it a 4, I think, and we're going to grow one of those. And the ahi mango, yeah, let's do the ahi mango. And that one's going to go into taste. And heat on that's not too much, so we'll give it that. And there we go. So that'll be under taste, which is that one over there. Okay, so we're up to 73 plants. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this list and we're going to see which ones we're going to add maybe a couple more plants. The Fatali Gourmet Jigsaw, we already have 2 plants for that, but let's do 3. So the Nagla Beast, I think we'll do 2 of those. The Marugla, I think we may do 2 of those as well. The THSC Chocolate Scorpion, let's do 2 of those. That's from the Hippie Seed Company. But the Chilli, do we do 2 of those? Bangalore Whippet's Tail. Let's do 2 of those. It's quite an interesting looking one. Lemon Drop. I think the Lemon Drop, do we do? Yeah, let's do 3. I'd like to get some seeds from that one. The Malawian Picant, the Pepper Dew, we'll do 2 of those. So we're up to 80 plants now. Tabasco, we should probably do 2 of those, I think. If I do want to make a sauce, I'm going to need quite a bit of it. So let's do 2 plants of the Tabasco. Jalapeno Goliath, now we'll stick to 1 of those. 7-pot habanero, I think we've got enough super hots. The Hainan Yellow Lantern, let's do 2 of those, I think. So that's only 82 plants. I still need to think about this a bit more. Maybe some of these interesting looking ones, like the Brazilian Pumpkin. Let's maybe do 2 of those. That's a good looking one. And what else? The Scotch Bonnet. If I want to make some decent sauces, let me do 2 of the Safi Red Scotch Bonnet, as well as the MOA Yellow So I just thought about it. This year I'm going to be doing some comparisons between growing in the ground, growing in pots, and also growing hydroponically. So it would make sense that I choose one of my peppers to do that with. So maybe I need to do a couple more cayenne peppers. So let me do 8 cayenne. I think another good comparison would probably be the peri peri. So we'll do 8 peri peri as well. So that brings us up to 89 plants. Jigsaw chocolate, let's do 2 of those. Moruga scorpion, that's got a hell of a reputation. I don't know why I've rated it only as an 8. I think it's probably a 9. Same with the nagla and the marugla. Let's just get those up a bit. I know my heat scales aren't exactly going to be perfect, but it gives a good idea anyway. I should just have hot, stupidly hot, and not hot. Okay, so 2 of the Moruga scorpion. Let's do some more of the sweet peppers actually, because I don't have too many of them. If we see here, I only have the bell pepper and the sweet banana. So let's do a couple more on the chocolate bell. Let's make that 4 chocolate bell, and the sweet banana as well. Those are really good. Where are those? There we go, sweet banana. Let's do those 4 as well. So that is 95 plants. It took a bit of time to make my decisions, but we got there in the end. You may be wondering, what about the other 5? Because I said I'm growing 100 plants. Well, the other 5, basically this year I'm going to be having a bit of a competition with another YouTuber. He has a gardening channel. He doesn't focus on peppers, but he does grow some of the biggest vegetables out there. And I'm going to have a bit of a friendly competition with him to see who can grow the biggest pepper. We have a specific seed in mind. It's quite an interesting one, so stick around, make sure you subscribe, and we'll be talking about that on the next episode. I'll be telling you what seed we're going to be growing and a bit of the details about the competition, and there's something in it for you guys as well. Thank you for spending some time with me today. I really appreciate you coming along, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.